week one. This week has mainly been a bit of a build week. So far we have got, I think it's 26 termagants here, with a mixture of flesh borers and devourers. I had a few spares from various projects previously. Broodlord, 10 gargoyles. We've got 3 Nid warriors, some very minor conversion work, and I've swapped the heads out because I don't like the new, the very big heads on these Nid warriors. We've got 2 boxes of gene stealers, 16 gene stealers, plus their little markers at the back, and I am most of the way through building these guys. I've probably got another night or 2 of green stuffing to go. So all in all, it's a relatively successful week. I've got a box of Zonothropes, and I also have a Hive Tyrant, which is going to be a Flagrant. Still to build, which I will actually going to park for the moment. I've got 3 months to do this in. I think the Broodlord will be the boss for the moment in the first round. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to split this over the next 3 months. This plus the Hive Tyrant is round about 1,000 points. There's drop a few models here and there. Originally I was going to do all of this as my first 500 points, and that's a lot of models to paint in 3 weeks. So I'm going to have a bit of a play around on Battlescribe later on today and just figure out how best to cut it. But for now they're all ready, and just need spraying up and I shall get on with painting them. They're going to be painted mainly in contrast colours. If you follow the Tyranid Facebook group, I've posted a few pictures in the last few days for the colour scheme, and in fact I'll show you colour schemes now if you just give me a moment. I've got I've got 4 models kind of drafted up so far. It's only 2 real colour schemes in here, and I'll kind of just talk you through this. Just one side of it. So this was a bit of a test colour one. I'm going to use this for all the Gene Stealer variants. So if you imagine a Stealer, the Stealer backs will be bone. I might even do the claws bone actually on the Stealers, we'll see. But the main part of the skin is going to be kind of tealy blue. It's actually not blue at all, it's GW's Kellyan green with some highlights. And then obviously tongue and bits of that will be fleshy. But I think that'll look really good on the Gene Stealers and the Broodlord, and that'll just separate them out from the rest of the army. The main part of the army is going to be done. Hang on, which way round? That way round. I was just testing some different hands on it. It will be this colour scheme. So just essentially it's the same colour scheme but inverted, and we're going to do the guns a kind of fleshy colour, and I'll add, you can just about make it out on here, there's a bit of you can just, around here and up here and around these bits, there's a few washes of Caribou Crimson. I'm going to go against the very pink guns. I think I prefer the kind of more subtle ones. This will probably work better across wings as well. I might do another test model with a Devourer instead, maybe one of the Gargoyles as well, just to test which way works best. The only problem I got is I bought a grey sear spray for the contrast paints, and I'm not sure how well this comes out on camera. You can't quite tell, but the grey sear is ever so slightly greyer, oddly enough. It's not quite as brown. So I picked up a Wraith Bone as well the other day, and you can see there it comes out a little warmer. And so I'm still debating the two. I kind of have to make a decision this afternoon because I'm going to go and spray them in an hour or so. So yeah, this probably comes out easier. The spraying it over grey sear, the highlights seem to jump around a little bit more. It doesn't seem to be quite as good. This is a little easier to highlight, but you can see the basics, and obviously this is a model from like 20 years ago probably, where I converted up some random gun for it. They won't form part of my army in the end, they'll just be cast aside, these. But on these, the claws will end up being black, the pipes, all the little bits between the armour I'll wash over with Caribou Crimson. The gun will be kind of fleshy with some Caribou Crimson on it. Teeth will be picked out, eyes will probably be red. That's kind of the easiest one to do. They're relatively quick to paint. You know, I painted a couple of test models in an hour or so the other night. But main part of the army will be that. with just the Gene Stealer types coming on this. And thanks to everyone on the Tyranid Facebook group who commented either way. A lot of people really like this colour scheme. The reason I'm going to go with this one over this one is mainly this is easier to paint, especially with contrasts. Contrasts work best if you paint a light colour first, and a light colour on this is obviously all the body, so it's a lot quicker to get all of that laid down, and then do the darker colour on top. With these guys, because it's a darker colour at the bottom, if you mess up, and especially around like these bony panels down here, if you mess up, it's really hard to fix. And the other one in is that because this is a dark base, I've got less ability to do kind of soft shading. So again, I'll go back to this guy, and you can kind of see around his top of his head, around the weapons, in the vents, just around where the armour plates meet it. I've just given it a little bit of, you can see a bit better on this side, Caribou Crimson, and it just kind of helps break the model up and make it a little less uniform. Now this army is going to have to be painted fast. I've got a lot of models. There's 40-50 models already, and I've got a few more to go. There's some really big creatures, so for the kind of swarmy creatures, I've got to be able to knock these out at kind of 10 models every couple of nights over the next few weeks. So I need something that's really fast, and this is surprisingly just slightly faster than painting them the opposite way around. I think bone's also a bit of an easy highlight. I do like the bony crests on these though, but I might find a way of sneaking this into the main army. Quite a few people sort of commented on, why don't you do it at both? But I think the best way at the moment is to do the Steelers in this colour. I think they'll come up really nicely with all that armour, because they're predominantly going to be this colour with a tiny little bit of bone on the back, and that's it. And I think they'll look pretty awesome. They also don't have any guns, so all the kind of washes that these guys are going to have, that kind of problem goes away on Steelers. So that's it for this week. I'm going to spray these up. I'll start painting. I've now got, this is week 1. We said 4 weeks to finish painting, so 3 more weeks left before our first game. And we'll be back soon. Thank you very much.